No. Not him. I had never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would honor his invitation. Oh. Not him at all. But like they say, there's always a first time for everything. In the bustling city of Lagos, two prominent business figures, Adunni Mensah and Kole Omoro, found themselves entangled in a long-standing family feud that had spanned generations. The roots of their animosity traced back to an old dispute between their great-grandfathers over a mysterious business deal gone awry. For 7 decades, the Mensah and Omoro families had maintained a bitter rivalry, passing down the grudge like a treasured family heirloom. Adunni Mensah, the striking heiress to the Mensah Empire, was known for her razor-sharp wit and a beauty that reflected the warmth of Victoria Island sunsets. Her office, situated in a high-rise building overlooking the vibrant broad street of Lagos, was a symbol of power and elegance. Kole Omoro, a debonair gentleman, with roots deeply embedded in the cultural richness of the country. He controlled Omoro Industries with an air of sophistication and charm that mirrored the diverse landscapes of Lagos and parts of southern Nigeria. Their feud played out in boardrooms, courtrooms, and social events across Nigeria. One day, as the city beyond the window continued its ceaseless rhythm, the air in the opulent setting of Adunni Mensah's executive office crackled with tension. As she gazed at a framed photo of her arch-nemesis, Kole Omoro. This was about a month ago. The polished mahogany desk bore the weight of the impending confrontation, and the cityscape beyond the window seemed to mirror the storm brewing within. Adunni, with her newly manicured nails gleaming, approached the photo with determined strides. As she stood before the image of Kole, a man known for his debonair charm and cunning business acumen, she couldn't contain the fire of rivalry burning within her. With an air of theatrical flair, Adunni declared, "It's tit for tat, Kole. Let the games begin." Her voice carried the confidence of someone ready to engage in a fierce business battle. As if in a trance, she pictured herself having fun with him for a split second. Gosh! Not him. I had never imagined in my wildest dreams that I would honor his invitation. Oh! Not him. But like they say, there's always a first time for everything. She continued. As she spoke, her perfectly manicured index nail, adorned with shades of power red, and indeed, her other nails extended towards the framed photo. In one swift and deliberate motion, Adunni raked her nails down the glossy surface of Kole's image, leaving a trail of destruction from the top to the bottom. The scratching sound echoed through the room, emphasizing the gravity of the declaration. Each stroke seemed to symbolize a challenge, a promise that she would show him who held the reins of business prowess in this high-stakes game. The once pristine photo now bore the unmistakable marks of Adunni's disdain, as if her nails had scratched through the very fabric of their ongoing feud. Kole, equally cunning, orchestrated strategic moves that undermined Mensah enterprises at every turn, leaving Adunni seething with rage. And yes, the nailgate happened on the same day he had invited her to dinner. And so, in the glittering ambience of a high-end restaurant, Kole Omoro, dressed in his signature style that effortlessly blended sophistication with charm, sat across from Adunni Mensah. The air was thick with the tension of long-standing family rivalries, yet Kole was determined to seize control. Not just of the dinner conversation, but of the Mensah family businesses. Adunni, however, saw through the thinly veiled intentions. She gracefully sipped her cuppa, letting the anticipation build. As Kole continued his persuasive discourse, she subtly reached for her jewelry, a dazzling necklace that had been passed down through generations. In a moment of theatrical brilliance, Adunni lifted the necklace and twirled it in her fingers, the diamonds catching the ambient light. She then placed it on the table between them, each diamond sparkling like a subtle warning sign. And with a mischievous smile, she responded, "Kole, I appreciate your proposal, but this," she gestured to the gleaming necklace, "is not just jewelry. It is a symbol of rejection. A tradition in the Mensah family. You see, my ancestors knew the value of discernment. And so do I," she said before picking her necklace back up. The restaurant's ambience seemed to hold its breath. And for a moment, Kole was left speechless. The twist of rejection, delivered with both elegance and humor, caught him off guard. Adunni continued, her tone now laced with a hint of amusement. "You may have a way with words, Kole, but my family's legacy is not for sale. I suggest you focus on your own endeavors instead of attempting hostile takeovers over dinner." With a graceful rise from her seat, Adunni Mensah summoned the waiter for the bill, her resolve shining in her eyes. The waiter, attuned to the charged atmosphere, swiftly brought the check, placing it discreetly on the table. As Kole Omoro, still recovering from the unexpected turn of events, watched Adunni prepare to leave, she leaned in with a steely gaze and uttered words that hung in the air like a warning. "Kole, if you know what's good for you, you would really avoid crossing paths with me. There are battles you're not equipped to win." With firm goodbyes, she grasped her handbag, executed a stylish catwalk, and gracefully strode towards the door. And with that intense outro, Adunni, undeterred and carrying an air of regal poise, left the restaurant and got into her chauffeur-driven car, leaving Kole to digest the double whammy taste of a very cold no-gree for anybody rejection and a firm warning. Kole, left alone amidst the lingering echoes of their encounter, pondered the unexpected outcome. He realized he had underestimated the depth of Adunni's resilience as she disappeared into the city's night. The war, he concluded, had just begun. The Mensah Omoro War, the Adenkor War, the African Tales Stories and Fables Blooper-Per-Story. What will this Shangri duo do next? Pressure T-War-O. African Tales, Stories and Fables by African Girl. Kindly like, subscribe, leave your thoughts, click on the notification bell and share our videos.
Thanks for watching and see you next story.